Alrighty. Hello everybody. This is Kirusho here, and now, before we do begin, let us give a brief little review. In the last part, a number of events have happened. We had Deku. We also had Rose, aka 8004-1, the Druid. These two were part of a Foundation team that went into the California wilderness to track down and recapture an anomaly. They were supposed to bring one into containment. However, that objective changed. Remember, this turned out to be a different creature entirely. Now, Deku, after the Foundation were able to bring this thing into custody, was taken back to Site 19 with Rose. And he was greeted by Dr. Bright, who informed Izuku that the Foundation wants to put him against more friendly anomalies at the moment, saying exactly how he'll interact with them. I mean, he's already interacted with 999, and he's had good interactions with 053. In fact, play his cards right, and they can set up more tests with them. Though Izuku expressed one desire at the moment. Talk to 343. And Dr. Bright? I mean, hey, 343's cell is a fucking revolving door. Go right ahead. And currently Deku, he went there with Rose. Though 343 greeted Izuku with a hug and an apology. Because his power is great, but it is not limitless. He has limits. And what happened during 5000, he's sorry for. Even he could not save that world. Now, with that being said, Deku and Rose are sat down. And Rose, she does somewhat try to express to 343 about his appearance. How exactly she feels about seeing another member of her species alive and well. But 343 would sadly reveal to her he is not one of her people. In fact, her mind is giving him an appearance that she finds most comforting. And he does apologize for what happened. Her people, well, he did have a hand in a few things. In fact, he knew the entity that created them. It was one of his children. He does apologize. Especially after... Never mind. After what? I do not believe you would like to know the rest of that. Izuku, you have a question you want to ask me? I do. I... I do, yes. I'm sorry. I'm... I'm trying to understand a lot. Being back here feels strange. Trying to get my head on straight, but a lot of things don't make sense. I understand. I understand. You have seen horrors, and you could have prevented them. Correct? The goose staring at 343, and the man, nay, the deity, does sit there. Him staring at Deku. His face going to soften, before he does give a slow and steady nod. And Deku stares at him a bit angrily. He wants to know why he didn't. He wants to know why he didn't save people. And 343 will go on to explain. He tried to do what he could to save everyone. However, limited as he may be, he still kept reality together. The Foundation were trying to destroy the universe, not just the very planet he sat on. They deployed reality benders, and he was keeping them busy. He would have hoped life would have found a way to survive on Earth. Though, from what Izuku has expressed to him, well, what he will express to him, clearly he was mistaken. Had he known, he would have tried to do more. He would have tried something. And Deku stares at the man, him still confused. And 343, he does tell Izuku. He tried to help, but even his power could not compare to what the Foundation threw at humanity. They turned anomalies loose, entities and deities. Some he had to try and handle. Though Izuku survived, and he understands that what he wants most in the world right now is to forget. Though, can he really express that he'd like to forget everything? Express a lot? How would Pietro Wilson feel about this? And Deku would bring his hand up, him smashing onto the table and yelling at 343, telling him not to talk about Pietro. And 343 stares at Deku, him with a clenched fist on the table. Though Izuku, he would turn, seeing that the table did not even break. Nothing about it was harmed. And this, it does somewhat make him steady for a second. He forgot how much strength he used. He remembers the days the Foundation hunted him, the nights he spent sleeping with one eye open, always alert, always on guard. The days the Foundation, they threw anomalies at him. They thought they could kill him. They thought a lot of things. He survived a lot of things. He was one of a potential handful left in the world. And Pietro came. 058 106 682. And then there's so many more. The things 049 did to those people. Curing the pestilence. God. He just doesn't want to remember. In 343, he does see the images flashing in Izuku's mind. 610, 008, so on and so forth. Many of the world's horrors the Foundation keep locked up, and many others the Foundation has yet to discover. And the man, he was going to bring a hand up, grabbing onto Deku's shoulder, and Deku going to bring his own hand up, smacking it away before staring at 343. Him bringing his hand up and backing away. His chair floating backwards, as the man does express. He does understand. The boy has a lot of rage. The boy has a lot of things he wants to get off of his chest. He's mourned the loss of much. Having it back has made him question everything. He is still in denial. Am I? I have questions. Things I want to know. I want to forget. I don't want to remember. I was alone for so long. Hurts a lot of people. Trying to understand a lot. Does that make me bad? Like the monster? No, Izuku. That's called survival. That is war. In war, there are no good, there are no evil. There is people killing each other. You've heard hell, a phrase, correct? What do you believe that hell is, Izuku? I don't know. I've heard that word. Don't know much of the meaning. Yes, there's a lot behind that word. The Foundation sought to turn the world into a hellscape. They did not believe anyone was innocent. The thing above humanity. Him bringing his hand to his head, inside the brain, inside the mind of every living person. They believed it to be unholy, an abomination, a creature so terrifying they wanted it gone, but they didn't realize what it was. It was the gift he gave them, the gift that made humans special, a piece of him, a piece of Eden. Paradise exists. He's made sure it does. However, there is a price to pay for everything. Humans have paid it. And when they lost that, what happened to them? They were nothing more than creatures. Creatures that had only one idea: violence, hate. Things that he does not like to see his children do. They become creatures that are willing to create atrocities, do atrocities. All for what? He does not like the path that they... He does not like many things he saw. Take them away. Please take them away. Izuku, the Foundation, they can help you. I can do a lot for you. But do you believe that I should? Rose turned to Izuku, and Deku, he would have his gaze turn back to her. His friend, the one that died in his arms. The one who sits there as a reminder. No, not a mockery. This is reality now, isn't it? He changed it. The Rose he knew, the friend he had, was gone. Dr. Bright's alive again. The Foundation, they're back in action. Sarkic anomalies are around. Global Occult Coalition's still around. The people he used to try and help are around. He doesn't know. He doesn't know how to deal with these emotions, the intensity of them. He's not used to it. He wants to punch something really hard. And 343 would express to Izuku, anger is not something that would be easy to handle. In fact, he will make many mistakes if he does let it consume him. Deku turning back, staring at the man, and allowing Deku to ask one question. One he might actually feel a little bit more comfort in. He's let the boy... No, he hasn't. That's only from his side. I want to know where I came from. My mother. I don't understand much. The voice gave me images, glimpses, thoughts that are unclear. Who was she? How did she do what she did? What am I? There was a lot to answer there, Izuku. However, I'm going to turn, bring his hand up and snapping his fingers. Rose, looking down to see an image that does appear in front of her. It in a wooden frame of a particular design, and she just wants to stir on. Right now her eyes filling with a bit of tears. And Deku, here we go to watch the color fade a bit from her face. Her bring her hands out and grabbing onto the frame. And this means a lot to her. Him asking her if she can give him some time to speak with Izuku. Take this as a gift. His apology since their first meeting has been cut short. And Rose does take the picture frame of her family. The one she used to have. The people who have been long dead. And currently Deku would watch her leave. The man turning back. As currently whenever the door does get closed, the area does get a shift. Currently, Deku and 343 standing in a field. And the man does try to tell Izuku there's a lot that can happen if he does meet his mother. Deku looking around. In the area, it looks highly familiar. It looks real. The smell in the air, the grass, the wind, the chill in the air. It's nice. And 343 does get to express. He wishes to be free. He wishes for much. Though, if he does meet his mother, there will be a lot of problems with that. He does understand. I want to know. I understand. There is a lot I cannot do for you, Izuku. My powers do have limits, and I will not force her to meet you. I already know how that will play out. I know much about what you are going to do. Deku turning, yelling at 343, then let him do it. Let him have that experience. He wants to know what normal is. He wants to know why he exists. He's not just a killing machine, is he? He's not some sort of abomination. There has to be a reason. More than just that. Right? And 343, he does this on frown. Bring his hand up as the image of a woman does go to appear. Her standing there. And Deku stares at her. Her hair tied back, glasses, and the way she looks. An expression on her face that does show not happiness, but something. Focus? I'm going to step forwards, walking right up to it and staring. Bring his hand up before realizing, him waving it in front of her face, that she's not doing anything. Not saying anything. This is Inko Midoriya. Deku turning. Her name is Inko. Your mother. The Foundation, they have a lot. I will do this, Izuku. However, I have used my powers for a lot today. I have to do a few more things. Please understand. I wish I could help you more. I will speak to your mother. See if she would like to have interactions with you. I can hide it from the Foundation. However, I cannot stop what will happen if you pursue the route you want to go down. Do you understand? Couldn't you just let me see her? Couldn't you just, I don't know, take her memories away, like I want you to take mine? I could, but that is not right. I do not show favoritism towards any of my children, Izuku. And I do not wish to see them harmed. Deku stepping forwards, bring his hand up and trying to swipe at 343, yelling out about what exactly he wants. He wants to meet her, talk with her, speak to her. Hell, he already knows that the interaction with 682 went. And from what he understands, he can't see 682. He can't get a proper conversation with the goddamn lizard. He can't do a lot. And currently an image does a flash into his mind. A memory. One of Dr. Bright. They're in a facility. It was supposed to be a safe place. They had lives. Some people accepted him. Some were skeptical. Some were scared. Though others knew what he was. It wasn't perfect, but it was the closest slice of normal life he ever had, albeit fighting off zombies and other monsters. Though, he was himself. He was the reptilian man, the unkillable man. And then the Foundation, they took it all away. They took it all away in a great ball of fire. They watched it burn. And then there was the lizard, coming right over the hill. There was that goddamn lizard. And Deku, he does think about it. He still hears the bombs going off in his head. Those loud, thunderous roars. and the roar of 682 as it descended over the location. And this does have him mad. Currently, he's not going to fall to his knees. And Deku, he does it a little hysterical, angry and crying. And the man, he will get his somewhat move forwards, teleporting from Izuku and burning his hands up. Him wrapping Deku in a hug and trying to console him. However, Deku, he does try to talk to him through his sobs, through what he wants. And 343, he does understand. The boy is in pain. He could help, but it would not be proper. He wants to live a life, but choosing what he can experience is not up to him. He can only observe them play out. He could do much. He's already interfered once, and he believes that interfering that one time was already a little too much. Though, he hopes it was the proper nudge. Currently, him looking up and saying something to an entity that Deku can't perceive. Before Deku, he would turn his head, looking around a bit confused. And then the two reappear back in the containment cell. Deku being helped to his feet by 343 as the man does try to tell him one more thing. However, Deku, he would turn, him walking out of the room with tears still running down his face, angry, and still with a little resentment for the man, the deity, whatever the hell he is. He was hoping he could help him out, but all he really did was dig into the old wounds that didn't leave the scars. Nothing will leave a scar on him, though not physically. And currently their actions with Deku, he does get back to his cell. Him walking to the room and looking around, seeing exactly how it has somewhat changed. And currently Dr. Bright, he would go to step in from the other room. Him bring his hand up and talking about it. Currently him with something sticking out of his mouth, talking about it. Hey, listen, he's happy that he's back. He brought him some food. He's gotten a few things, and he's looked into a lot and gotten a lot set up for him. The Foundation, we're talking about a bit of things. And is he okay? Deku turning his head, walking past Dr. Bright and looking at the new accommodations they put in his cell. Walking into a small kitchen, looking around the room and seeing how it is. Walking into another room that does not have a door, seeing that it is, well, it's got a small desk in the corner, his bed, and then a small library. Him bringing his hand up, running his hands over some of the books he's read before, along with even seeing a few new ones. Currently him turning and looking into the living room and seeing that the room is furnished. Dr. Britt expressing, oh yeah, they got a TV in there for him. Along with that, they've got a few other things for him, but some of that stuff's still pending approval. The Foundation, they are gonna actually hook up his TV though. Though, does he have any special request? Maybe some cartoons, something good? TV. What do you mean? Options? Give me options? Oh. Alright. Currently, Dr. Bright bring up his hand, grabbing the strange blue piece of meat he does have in his mouth. Him pulling out this piece of quote-unquote beef jerky, asking Izuku if he wants a slice of it. He got it from a vending machine, anomalous of course. Pretty good. Though it does have this weird, strange blueberry taste. But it also does still taste somewhat like, he doesn't know, kind of like beef, he guesses? He's not sure. Still getting used to these taste buds. And Deku stares on, Currently, him asking Dr. Bright about the test they're going to be performing. And Dr. Bright does understand. Currently, him and Deku heading out of the room. And Deku, he does get his picture taken by the Desire camera. Though that is where things are a little bit more weird. Especially because the camera is not really too sure what to focus on. Deku has a lot of desires. However, the immediate one that's photographed is Deku sitting at a table with a lot of people. Him, Rose, Dr. Bright, Dr. Clef, and many others. However, they're only assuming this is Dr. Cleft, considering the fact that the man, yeah, his face is obscured, and the one thing in place of it is a giant, well, obscenity. Now, this does mean quite a bit, along with the fact that 999 is in the picture and they're all sitting at a table. Though one person here cannot be properly identified, at least not at the immediate moment. And the Foundation, they have questions about this. And they do at least try to ask Izuku if he doesn't know some of the people in the photo. And Deku, he does confirm this. Though Dr. Bright does have another idea. They already have Izuku here, along with the fact that he does want to take pictures of many of the staff members. So, what if they just take a whole lot more photos? See what pops out. I mean, they already have the camera out. Now, with that being said, there currently is Dr. Bright, who does get up to his shenanigans. And with that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed. And have an amazing day. I'll catch you guys in the next part.